Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for clicking on the video. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's having some great success out on the water. You know, over the last couple of days, I ran into some guys at the shop that have come in and they were buying some things, and a couple of them walked up to me and they said, hey, thanks for putting out the videos. It's really helped them. You know, they really appreciated it. That to me is what this thing is all about. You know, us as fishermen, we've always, Jim and I, my fishing partner and I, we've always wanted to help other people out. And there's some people out there, and I'm not trash talking anybody. You'll never hear us doing that. We don't trash talk people. But there's some people out there, they just don't like to share information. And I get that. To each their own. If they don't want to do that, that's fine by me. But us, we like to share. What good is knowledge, honestly, if you don't share it with people? So anyway, just my kind of 2 cents on that real quick. But anyway, let's jump into what we're doing today. Dreamweaver Ninja boards. We're going to go over these things today. We're going to take this thing out of the package. We're going to assemble it. We're going to do a little test on it, put some line on it, see if it slips, figure out what I like about it, figure out what I don't like about it, and I'll give you my honest opinion on it. I told the people at Dreamweaver when they gave this to us for the testing that, you know, when I did the video, I wanted to be honest about everything. I was going to be honest completely what I like about it and what I didn't like about it. So, and they understand that, and actually they appreciate that because they're fishermen too, and they listen to the feedback. So, you know, if there's something about this you see on the video that you like, you don't like it, leave a comment down below. Dreamweaver, the folks at Dreamweaver, they're going to read these things and they're absolutely going to take them to heart. So, cool. Great people there. So anyway, let's do this. Let's take it out of the package, jump into it. I can already tell right now, I like the size. Sorry. I like the size of it. I like the weight of it. I can tell that already. It looks like it's pretty easy to assemble. The whole one-handed, that's what this whole thing's claim to fame is. One-handed operation, if you didn't know that already. Supposedly there's a button, I can see the button already right here on top, green button. Supposedly when you're putting this thing on a line to send it out, it's one hand, grab the line with one hand, grab the board with one hand, put them together, out it goes. When it comes in, you want to take this thing off the line, again, you grab the line, grab the board, press the button, off it comes. So, pretty cool if it works. I like it. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing. Looking it over real quick. It doesn't look like it's going to be real difficult to put together. I like that already. Instructions on the back are pretty simple. Looks like there's really just attach the arm with 2 screws. Talks a little bit about how the quick release button works. And it talks about the replaceable gripper pad. I guess, you know, that's the jaw that holds the line. It says there's an adjustable weight in here, so I like that already. You know, a lot of times I like to tweak these weights to get my boards to run just the way I like them. I'm kind of OCD-ish when it comes to my boards. I like them right in a line. When I look outside the boat, I like them right where I can see them. That's just me. Front release override. Really, I don't really know what that means. But anyway, it says additional instructions and details available 24/7 online. TeamDreamweaver.com. Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's try this thing. All right. Initial thoughts. What I'm thinking here. Like I said, all right. I like the size. I like the weight. Packaging looks good. Looks simple. Let's break it open. Okay. So we get the arm, and you get the board, and that's about it right there. Cool. Simple is good. Keep it simple, stupid. This is one of my all-time favorite mottos. So. Size of the board looks good. It's probably a little bit smaller than the big boards are out there, like the TX44 church boards, and maybe a little bit bigger than the walleye board. So maybe it's hanging right in the middle a little bit. I do like this. There's a reflective pad on here that's going to pick up a light. If you shine a light out there and when it's dark, you probably hopefully you're going to be able to see that in the water. So I like that. They thought about that. A good way to see the board. Got the logo on there. It's even got here in the plastic. Actually, in the plastic, it says right on it. I'm sure the other one says left, but that's always good to know. Hey, I've grabbed boards in the dark, and I've almost put them on the wrong side. So, you know, it's kind of nice to have that there as well. Yeah, I'm sure we've almost all done that. So here's the adjustable weight on the back. Looks like just a small weight can go forward or back. Let's take a look at that right now. See how much adjustability there is on that weight. Because when I run my boards, I do like to have the weight almost all the time all the way forward. Okay, pretty substantial weight right there, pretty heavy. Looks like there's just two settings. There's two holes in that weight. So you can either have it in the mid setting or in the forward setting, or I guess more or less in the back setting or the forward setting. So I'm going to go forward setting. Looks like if I flip that thing over, that's going to give me the most forward setting, and it's in this little recessed cavity here, so it's not on the bottom. It's actually flush with the board. I kind of like that. Actually, I do like that. Initial first thoughts on the weight, I don't know if that's enough adjustment to really give the tuning that I like on my boards. But hey, we won't know until we get on the water. But anyway, I've moved that thing all the way forward. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it back down. Easy to do, I'll say that. Real easy to do. Alright, so here we go on the arm. How do we put the arm on? Looks like there's two screws down here. What are those two? I don't know what those are two. But there's two screws up here by the arm. So let's, looks like that's where the arm goes. We're going to take those out. Okay, come out real easy. That's the push button right there for the quick release. The arm itself is plastic. Oh, probably 4 inches long or so. It looks like there is a way to adjust tension on this arm for the grip on that line. That's good. I like that. I was told about this right here. If you can see it, let's see if I can get that to focus in. There's a little nub right up here on top, and that's I was told for wrapping the line. If you're using braid or a super line, you know, whatever, and you want to wrap it so it doesn't slip, they did say that that little nub right there is on top, and that's what it's for. So good. I like that also. I think I'm seeing how this thing works. Yep, looks pretty self-explanatory. All right, let's put this arm on here. Obviously, the jaw here is on top. That's where the line's going to go in right there. Make sure that we're lined up. I think it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. Easy peasy. The board itself, the construction is all plastic as well. The button is plastic. Looks like about everything is plastic on this thing except the screws. One thing I didn't mention yet is price. I think that these are going to run right around the same price as the big boards in the stores, like the 44s. I think it's going to be pretty similar price. Guys, that's it. It is put together. It is that fast. Okay, I dig that. It is easy to assemble. There's other boards out there that are not so easy to assemble. The weight system was on and off done. The arm goes on with two screws, and I see exactly how this thing works. Yep. So, here's it in a nutshell. Back post is here. Gripper jaw is here. And this is going to be kind of hard for me to show everybody. Hope I can get that to focus in. Come on, camera, work with me. Okay, anyway, essentially, when you press the button, you can see that peg. Watch that peg right back here. Goes up, goes down. You press the button, the peg goes up, clears the way. When you press the button, this jaw also goes down. You can see it right here, it drops down. And that's where the line is going to slide in. So, line goes in the back, line goes into the jaw. When you're taking it off, you're just pressing that button again, line comes off, the button or the peg opens up, you take the line right off. So initial thoughts right now, I like it. I do. It's simple. And if it helps you out with some speed and some whatever other problems you might have, hey, that's not bad. The only con I see so far that might be present is that weight system. I don't know if that's enough, like I said before, to really give me the adjustability that I need, but I'll know more when I get it out in the water. right, so let's do this now. I'm gonna string some line up. We're gonna put this thing on the line. I'll use, what do I got? I've got some 20-pound trilene big game. We'll string some up here and we'll put it on the line and see if it slips. See just how easy this is to manipulate. Cool. Okay, so I got the line strung up now. Now you get about half of my face. Maybe that, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Probably a good thing. But anyway, I got the line strung up. I did take a look at this thing, and I did adjust it a little bit already. It seemed a little bit loose out of the package. See if we can, if I touch this here. The adjustment on this is pretty easy. There's just a nut down here, and then on top there's a Phillips screwdriver, or Phillips head. So you just put a wrench or pliers on there, hold that steady, and screw that up or down whichever way you want to go to loosen it, tighten it, whatever you want to do. But real easy to do. And so now you can actually see that jaw a little bit better. Let's see if I can zoom in right there. You can see that that thing has a little bit less movement now because it's quite a bit tighter. All right, so let's play with this thing. Let's see how this sits on a trolling line, how easy this thing is. So I guess the first thing I gotta think of is, what do I want to put the back end in first? Do I want to put the front end in first? So let's see here. I got the back end in first. See, that's a little bit tricky now to get. Yeah, if I open up that jaw, press down on the button, it popped out of the back end. So the back end might not be the way to go, unless there's a different angle you can kind of do. Yeah, that kind of works, but it's hard to get in that jaw now. Let's try the front end first. This might be the ticket. So I press down on the button, opens up that jaw, slide it in there to that jaw, and just rotate that back end in. And that thing is in there. All right, so there it is. Let's see how much this thing slides. So tension will be coming this way. I gotta tell you, that thing is not easy to move. That is pretty darn tight. Yeah, I mean, I could move it, but it took quite a bit of force there to move that thing. Taking it off, that's easy. One hand. I do like that. Okay, this thing's got a little bit of merit to it. Let's do this again. So front end on first. Press that button down right there, that green button, press that down. It opens up that jaw. Slide that line in there. Slide it into the back end. And she is on there, one-handed. And that thing is on there. Like I said, I can slide it, but I gotta really kind of give that thing some force to get that thing to go. Okay, I like it. Taking it off, the line came in, I want to take this thing off. Press the button, she's off, just like that. Alright, I think they're onto something here. Yeah, I dig it. Let's see, like I said, there is this peg right here on top that you can wrap that line around. See if I can get that to focus. Yep, right there. You can wrap that line around there to get this thing. They say, like I said, braid or anything, if you really don't want it to slip, wrap that line around there. So let's try that. So I'm going to do it the normal way I would wrap a board. I'm going to come into the jaw, let it sit in that jaw so it's in there. I'm going to go around that peg. See if I can get enough slack here. Let me do that again. Didn't have enough slack. So into the jaw, around the peg. I cut my line a little too short. I hardly have enough slack now. This might take me a second. Hold on. Bear with me. There, got it. Okay, so it's into the jaw, then I went out and around the peg, and then back into the jaw. So it's through the jaw twice. Now let's see if this thing will slide. Oh man, I can't move that thing. I cannot budge that thing. That thing is rock solid. That thing won't budge an inch. I kid you not. I'm going to break that arm. Yeah, I'm going to break that arm before I slide that line. Holy moly. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Okay, so let's do this again. I'm putting it on into the jaw. Rotate that back end in. She's on there. Coming out of the water. I want to take it off. Got a fish on. Done. Guys, I give this a thumbs up. I give this a big thumbs up. Depending on how it runs out on the water, you know, I don't know that yet, but I mean, it does what it says it was going to do. What more could you ask for? All right, I'm gonna wrap this video up right here, guys. First initial thoughts, I like everything about it. It's plastic, but most boards are these days, I get that. The ease of putting this thing together, I give it 10 out of 10. This thing was 2 screws and it's done. Adjustability, the arm adjustability is super easy. It's just a Phillips screw and a nut. Easy use, yeah, like I already said, it does what it says it's going to do. Into the jaw, into the post, you're on there. And will it hold? Yeah, I think we proved that. That thing, I was going to break that arm long before that was going to slip out of that jaw by wrapping it around that post. By just putting in the jaw, I could slide it, but it took considerable force. So if you're in really big waves and you got mono on or braid on or whatever, I would consider wrapping it around that jaw. This thing is not going to budge. All right, Dreamweaver, thumbs up. Like I said, the only con I'm seeing so far might be that weight and how this thing runs in the water. And we're going to figure that out in the future. But like I was saying, everything right now, I'm giving it a big thumbs up. I think Dreamweaver came up with something really good here. Anyway, let's wrap it up right there. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for dealing with my workbench here. This is actually one of my favorite places to work. Just on the tailgate of my truck, you know, throw a piece of OSB down here and I got a little workbench. I do a lot of lure tying out here and put my flies together, and it's just nice to be outside. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Hey, if you liked it, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. If you don't want to, I get it. That's fine. You don't need to. We're just happy you're here anyway. We'll get this out on the water and we'll test it out there, and we'll have a fishing report video coming up here in a couple of days also. I'll be doing a couple of trips over the weekend, so cool. All right, everybody. Have a great day on the water. Good luck, and as always, thanks for being here. Be safe.